Hello everyone, it's Sagrannus here with a laptop special. As you may be aware, I'm not actually anywhere near the big rig at the moment, so I'm running off my laptop, my Asus G550JK. Obviously the sound quality is a bit reduced because this laptop doesn't have a microphone jack, it only has an audio mic jack, so everything's feeding through the one cable. So I decided that what we'd do for laptop specials is we'd pick a game that we can play for 15 minutes at a time, and something that would sort of feel some progression. So I sort of scrolled through my Steam library and picked out a game that I've loved since before it came out, basically. And that is Banished, which is by Shining Rock Software. It came out in February of last year, 2014. And basically it was solely designed, made by Luke Hodorowitz. It's a city builder game, and he claims it was quite inspired by Anno, which is why there isn't a huge focus on combat. I don't think there's any focus on combat. Now we're going to start off playing with no mods whatsoever, just so you can see the actual game. I will maybe play some other games with mods later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick off a new map. Hopefully I won't fail too miserably. This game is very easy to fail in. Not any fault of the game, the fault of the player for playing it too much like games that it is not. So, without any further ado, let's get into some Banished and just see what we've got going on. So first up, you get to choose your town name, Supremonston, Proctovic, let's go for Proctovic, and of course you've got a map seed, all randomly generated. We'll play in some valleys. And yeah, large terrain size, fair climate, don't want to be too easy on myself. Disasters are on, oh god they're horrific. Medium starting conditions, so we start with resources and a few things. You can play on hard if you're particularly masochistic, but I'm not going to, I'm not that good. So, let's go. So obviously the main focus of this game is not to build an army and conquer someone, it's to build a flourishing settlement. Basically, the idea is that you got a group of people who have escaped from somewhere, or come from somewhere anyway, into the wilderness essentially, and they're going to build a new settlement. And you're responsible as sort of the omnipotent being that you are to instruct them on how to go about this. So here we are in Proctovic. Obviously you've got time control, spacebar freezes it, and we've got some resources here. So priority number one for me is this. I'm going to make everything look right. So I like to have my map, and I like to have my general's town statistics. Don't really need my event log. Now this is one of the important things. It's a bit reminiscent of, well, RimWorld's a bit reminiscent of this really. Professions, we don't need to worry about that just yet. Actually we will assign a couple of builders just to get us started. Feel free to critique in your own mind my gameplay. Remember, if you know better, that's fine. You don't have to tell everyone about it. So, we'll start off with couple of houses. 1, 2. When I've been playing other games, pressing the wrong buttons. Right, but we also need some resources. So I'm actually going to clear out a big square around us. So that's the wrong key. So you can have remove structure, remove resources, which just blanket removes everything. Which is what we're actually going to do here. Just clear out a nice space for the establishment. Now food is a big deal in this, and we need it urgently. So I'm going to build a gatherer's hut. Gatherer's huts are really good at the start. I mean, like, really, really good. Just trying to see. We're quite hemmed in, actually, so I'm going to set him up. There, gatherers will literally just go and pick fruit and veg in the area. And we'll also get a hunter up and running as well. And the good thing is, yeah, there we go. You can see, when people are working there, you can see its resources. It's all very nice. Nicely ordered and laid out, and you have got time controls here, so we're going to just speed things up so we don't waste too much of the 15 minutes watching people do things. So they're quickly setting up houses. Now this map's not too bad, so it should be okay to be without housing for a while, and I think 4 should just about give us enough space for everyone. I think I put one of those houses around the wrong way. Oops. Ah, right. So they're quickly clearing everything out. When that house is done, we'll see if we need any more. Yes, we need another house. So we'll whack one in there. Now, I believe this is all designed from the ground up by the developer. So it's a very good looking game when you consider the amount of work he had to put in by himself to produce this. This is just fantastic, to be honest. Okay. So next thing, once that house is done, we should see them start to head on over and prepare that temperature. What are we low on? Firewood, so we need to redress that sooner rather than later. So you've got to, there's a bit more micromanagement in this game than some others. For example, you do need to have someone actually preparing the firewood, which makes a lot of sense, to be honest. So we'll put in there. I'll actually put some paths in as well to get us started. I'm actually going to expand our stockpile as well, resources. There we go. Stockpile, add another one, make it a bit bigger. Because I filled that one up quite quickly. You can never have too many things, to be honest. So all is going well so far. They're focusing on clearing out the area. They'll get started on those things soon. At the start of the game, you don't need to worry about setting up things like forestry too definitely, because you're surrounded by so much wood, you can just go and cut stuff down and clear out stone and things. It's only once you have a bit of a bigger population and you can afford to send people out just to do certain jobs like that, that you can do that. But really, at the start, you need to get on with getting food quickly. So once that's set up, I'm actually going to probably set up a fisherman's hut here. Now, fishermen can't fish obviously in these tiny little streams, but they can fish in the bigger rivers and things, and that's going to help bolster my food supplies, though it is quite a way away, which is a bit of a problem. Now you might notice I'm not setting up any farms or anything just yet. There is a reason that, actually I'll go on to that in a second, but if you can see this question mark, it's really, really good because it actually tells you there's no one assigned to doing this job, so the building is essentially useless at present. So what do I do? Well, I jumped out here and opened my assign jobs to citizens tab. So I've got 9 labourers. Not everyone, if they haven't got a job, is a labourer. So I'm going to preemptively assign a woodcutter because he'll move into there, and I'm going to assign all 4 gatherers, and I'm going to preemptively assign 2 hunters as well. It's always good to have a couple of labourers in reserve to deal with clearing of areas and things like that. So that's the woodcutter there because this building isn't quite finished. You can also set how much of anything you're going to be preparing for a stockpile. So once this is finished, I'll show you that. Now, as I was saying, oh yeah, you might have noticed I haven't actually set up any farms or anything. There is a good reason for that. Farms take quite a long time to get going, get productive, and you don't have enough food to wait for that, to be honest. So you need things like gatherers huts. Now I'm going to build a path out here as well. Just a dirt road. There we go. The builders will just run along there and clear it out. They will cut down anything and remove anything in the way, and that'll just make getting goods back to town a bit faster. I'll probably preemptively build another wooden house as well, just to make sure we're good and ready for everything. What are we low on? Reserve of food is low. Hopefully that's about to change. I really hope it's about to change. Now I've noticed a few things in this. People won't have many children or anything until they've actually got space for them, which is quite nice and quite helpful. So if you want to bolster production, you build more houses, because then you don't have young couples living with older couples and things like that, because you can imagine in a house that size it could be quite awkward. So yeah, building more houses usually encourages things, but you've got to take into account that houses are quite an expensive resource, and if you're short on resources, having as many people under one roof is a good thing. Also making sure you've got plenty of firewood. So see here, he's got that symbol there. That means he's made as much fuel as we need at the moment. So we've got 175. He can't really make any more without exceeding the fuel limit. I'm not going to raise it at present. We don't need more fuel than that in reserve at present. So we've just come into early winter in Proktovik. We have 14 adults. Okay, I'll just run you through this while we're waiting for things to build up. So here's your season and number of years. So it's the first winter we've ever had. Number of children and students and adults. So 6 children, 14 adults. Education does come into it. Education means that it takes longer for someone who's a child to become an adult. But when they become an adult, they're a more valuable member of society, they're more skilled. So it's preferable to have schools. I will set up school eventually. Temperature in Celsius. And then all of your resources, so you've got food, which has gone up beautifully since we've got the gatherers. I cannot possibly press to you enough how important gatherers are. Firewood, wood, stone, coal, blah blah blah, all of that. We're going to need to start getting a tailor in as well in a minute, because otherwise people get cold. Even alcohol. There's your happiness of your people. Everyone's really happy. And average health, and you can do various things to help with health, one of which I'm going to do right now. So out in this little resource settlement, what do we want? Firewood. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to get a herbalist. Now herbalists aren't the best way to deal with health. Later on you can build a hospital, but as a starter they've got the necessary know-how to really support the health of the society. Think of it as like you've got a herbalist, a wise man, an apothecary of sorts who's going to look after society. One thing to stress with the starting number of citizens: don't outbuild your population, obviously, because then you're in trouble. So as you can see, we're already into our second year. It is early spring, and things are going well. Everyone's still alive, plus. But I mean, at this stage, I only need one herbalist. So we've got some more adults now, so there must have been some older children. So we're also going to need a blacksmith. I generally like to keep all of these buildings together. So I will jump over here, and now you don't have to use the jobs panel to assign people to jobs. You can just press this up arrow, which assigns people, and it actually balances. So if you've got multiple buildings for the same thing, and you have, say you have 3 buildings that require 4 people, and you have 9 people assigned to that job, it won't fill 2 and then add 1 to the last one. It'll actually split them evenly across the places to gain maximum efficiency. You can change how many people in some jobs work in a building. So like woodcutter, I can't have more than 1 woodcutter in a woodcutter's hut. But say over here, I can lower how many people work as herbalists. I can lower how many people work as gatherers. So I can change how many people are where, which is a nice little touch. It's a very well thought out game, I have to say, and it's very addictive. Believe it or not, I found it because I was playing SimCity and I went, you know what would be great? A medieval game that was a bit like that. So I looked up medieval SimCity, and top of the list was this. And I followed it from then on. I don't play it as much as I probably would like to, but when I get the chance to sit down, it's quite enjoyable. It's one of those games that gives you a real sense of achievement when you actually manage to do well. My starting position, actually, to be honest, isn't fantastic. It's secure, but I'm going to have to. I expect what I'm going to do is expand to town down through here, and then probably farming over here or something, and see how we go from there. Because yeah, it's just a bit tricky to start with. Okay, what are we short on stones? So I'm actually going to call for a bit more land clearance. I'm going to clear out down here. So I'll just remove everything down here, increase the stock of wood. But then I'm going to do this. I need stone at the moment, so I'm just going to go in. It'll just select the stone and tell me where to get the stone. probably do the same to the iron, because by eliminating that there's more space for plants to grow, which is always beneficial for me. Just a lovely little deer hanging around the town. It's probably a bad idea, there's a hunter nearby, guys. What have we got here? Reserve of stone is loaded, I know that. Everyone's happy, the herbalist is increasing our health a little bit. It's 11 degrees outside, so it's a bit cool, it's autumn. Got some more adults, it's good. Plenty of food. However, I cannot stress how important it is to keep your food levels high and really keep an eye on them, because it's very easy to see your food levels drop. Alright, so the tail is nearly done. Looking good. Looking good. I have to say I also do quite love the music, like the music in the game. Okay, we need a blacksmith. Blacksmith will produce tools. You can actually change what sort of tools he produces once you have steel production, which means higher value, higher quality tools. And look at the beautiful snow. Isn't it lovely? Unfortunately, in this game, snow equals death. Alright, and that's our 15 minutes pretty much up for our first laptop special edition featuring Banished. Hope you've enjoyed what we've got so far. Got 2 more videos coming this week, so another half an hour of Banished coming up this week. Thank you for watching, everyone. I've been Sagrannus. This has been Banished by Shining Rock Studios. I'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.